Well, I must admit this is a little different because I'm Van, one of the backyard carpenters baby boomers can do, and Jane, my lovely wife's going to go get her hair fixed, so she's not here. So it's me working on a number of different projects, going to make the rails leading down from one deck to the other deck, you know, the banisters. But anyway, and then I'm going to actually start stripping this cherry table. The history of this table is you used to, way back 100 years ago, you used to order furniture and it'd come in by rail here in Tuscaloosa, and the people would go and pick it up at the rail station. So what happened though is some people, pieces never got picked up, so people could get them for a reasonable price. Well, in this case, this came for a reasonable price, and it's made out of pure cherry. And I'm going to restore it. I'm going to strip it down to its wood, sand it up, make it look good, and then the owner actually wants to decide what stain to come up with. And I'm going to actually use a furniture wax to buff it out, and it's better than polyurethane. It's not as abrasive to the stain or the table, so it's a furniture wax. Only thing about furniture wax is every once in a while you have to put another coat on it. So that's what I'm going to do today. So let me pick up the camera and I'll show you what I'm doing on the decks. This is the product that I use to strip out varnish, old, all kind of stuff. You know, it's just shake it well, pour it, and up to 30 minutes, you know, then you can wipe her down, right? Scrape her down with a putty knife. So this is stuff I do. It's very safe. It's not as harmful, but it can cause burn. So you got to be careful with it. So I have already poured some of it in a jar, and I'm going to use a brush. All right. So I'm going with the grain. Okay. I'm applying this pretty heavy duty on the top with the grain. Alright, so this should be gorgeous wood. Alright, once you get stripped down. So I'm just applying a coat on here. It's got, you can't see it on camera, but it's got all kinds of stains through the years. I think they said this thing is over 100 years old. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to keep doing this. Alright, and then I'll come back in about 20-30 minutes and scrape it down with a putty knife. Alright, so it's time to start scraping this down. I'm just using a putty knife, okay, a putty knife, and I'm going across and goofy stuff coming up with some of the stain. I'm probably going to have to do this more than once. Alright, so I just need to get the goofy stuff off before it gets too dry. Alright, so I'm just wiping it off on this rag. And that's basically how you do it. Right here, let me get a little better right here. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, I'm on. I just can't see with sunglasses on. Anyway, right here it has to be a handrail for people that may have knees replaced or hips replaced and need you know, something to help them go up and down. So it'll be on this side, on both sides of these steps. They ended up being about 10.5 feet. And so I'm looking at the possibility I may put some shims under the middle of the top one. But you know, anyway, so today I got to make measurements and get all my material. Again, I'm not going to be using treated material for the banisters themselves or the handrails, but down here on the post will be treated, and again I'm going to have to screw it on 8 sides. Alright, so let's get started. Okay, what I'm doing is taking a look at this design because I'm going to have to duplicate on both sides of the 12-foot, well it actually ended up being 11, but anyway 12-foot step with this design right here. So this is the part that everybody grabs. I'm going to route this down, make it real smooth on the one I'm about to build. So this is what it's going to look like. So let me get to work on it. Alright, so what I've done is I've just got this post sitting here because I don't know what the top angle is yet. I determined that this angle is 25 degrees, so I've cut this at 25 degrees at 39 and a quarter, so that the next board comes across here. So now it's just a matter of duplicating that angle on this one, okay, and that one. So I'm going to go take this piece and cut it at, what I've done 25 is I have screwed this one in place. This is my first piece. It has a 25 degree angle at the top. And now I'm getting ready to screw this piece and then mark down here where I need to cut this off and at the angle. So let's screw this one in place. I'm using my slide, okay, using my slide. Right, now we're going to put one more. By the way, I'm using a 3.5, but it didn't happen on their deck screw 3.5. Alright, now I'm going to put one up top. Alright, now it's pretty stable. Alright, so now I've got my angle marked. Alright, so now it's a matter of going to cut it. Alright, so now I got to take the fork and cut it at this angle and this height. Alright, so now I've got this plumb. That should be plumb. I've screwed it down to here. I screwed one right in here, so now I'm going to put another one on this side. Alright, now I'm going to screw them around on the bottom, which you've seen me do that before. Okay, what I'm doing now is putting up the top rail. Alright, I cut this at the top at 25, making sure it barks out up. I just put a screw right there just to hold it. Now I'm going into the top. To lock it down. Alright. Now I'm going to put one more down here. Alright. Uh-oh. My slide kind of broke. For the spindle. Alright, I've already got my first one. Alright, here's my block, my spacer block. Alright. Here we go. Oh. That was great. I'm gonna set this in my slide and go catch that block. Try this again. This time I've got the screw in my, this is called a slide. drop it down here. Doing those. If the plant don't get in my way. Right. Now I've left my wife some real caulking to do, but I'm going to go on up this top. Spindle. Gotta have a block. And my hat. Alright, one side done. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm about to use this combo saw a little different. Alright, one reason why they're called combo saws is you can do a combination of cuts. Alright, so I'm moving this. I loosened up this on the back. The knob on the back, I'm placing it at 25. Alright. Alright, and then I'm going to come in at this angle. Okay, so this is a little different. I'm at 90, I'm 90 this way, right? And 25 that way. Here we go. That's why it's a combo. As Jane does her sanding thing, I'm addressing this. Now the old stuff used to be asphalt, and now the new product is just a concrete. So it did have little pieces of tar paper in between each one. So my tar paper is missing on the left hand side, so I got to go make a piece of tar paper. So I'm dealing with a concrete product that I'm having to cut the pattern out, and it's a little thicker, but my wife is the best caulker on this planet, and she'll figure out a way to be able to caulk it. So I have to pilot each hole because I'm dealing with a concrete product. If I didn't, I'd split it. So I've almost got this little patch done. I only got like 3 more to go.
Okay, looky here. Today Van got that banister and that banister up, which look fantastic because he individually cut the spindles. So now it's safe for anybody to walk up and down the stairs. It looks great. I got 1 coat of paint on all the banisters. So tomorrow I can get the first coat on this level. Then everything will have 1 coat of paint. Then I can go back and do the second coat. Now the second thing he had to do was we had to find some asbestos tile replacements. And they don't come in exactly the same shape anymore, but we were happy to find something, a product that was the same as what the house is built in, used since it was built in 1947. So he had to use a special blade to cut the nails to come up underneath here to pop the existing nail out without breaking the tile. I guess that's what you call it. And then use special nails to put it back in place. So it's nailed in place. So now that I have a piece of this siding, I can take it to the store. They will put it under the computer to match it perfectly color-wise. Then I can paint these. You'll never know that there was a broken or a hole there. Actually, behind this one was the original vent for the dryer. So it is now gone, thankfully. But if you look at from the back door, we've got the new umbrella. It matches, of course. Still, everything's not in place, but you can kind of get an idea of this beautiful deck now. He will enjoy so much time out here. We get all the furniture arranged and all the plants arranged, and he'll be good to go. But then, oh dear, what will we do? We'll be all done with our project at the little house. So it was a good day. See you soon.